Welcome back to the Sports Show. Of course, the Ryder Cup was on the weekend and the USA took care of Europe like you would not believe. A 10-point margin, the largest since 1979, if you don't mind. So we thought we might find out what happened to the USA. None better than the great Gary Thompson joins us from the Glenelg Golf Club. Gaz, how are you?
Very well, thanks, Phil. Very well.
Surprised by the margin?
Well, yes, because it's, the whole thing's generally closer, but it was pretty common knowledge with all of the scribes that America would certainly win this one. I was, like most, hoping Europe would win because I like to see the big-headed Yanks beaten, but unfortunately they were just far too good.
Massive.
So they're up 11-5 going into the last day with 12 singles to play, so they need to win 3.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about the age difference being the thing. Gary, do you subscribe to that? I mean, they're saying the USA team average age was 26.
Yeah.
Europe average age was 35. I just don't see that being such a big thing in golf, or is it?
No, I don't think so. But they're playing five rounds in 3 days.
Yes.
Not all of them, but some guys played 5 rounds in 3 days. Now, they're not used to that sort of golf. They practice a lot for a lot of hours, but they certainly very seldom play 36 in a day.
Under that pressure.
And certainly under that pressure. Yeah. So now whether that played a part, I think more the selection played a bigger part. They have the captains can change the rules each time they play it, and Steve Stricker from America wanted 6 captain's picks. Now, a team of 12, 6 automatically qualify, and then he picks the next 6. Sort of that he wants, that will gel the side or do something, or 6 guys that are in real form. Where Europe, Harrington only had 3 picks. Now, I think that was his doing, but some of the Europeans had qualified with really good form early in the year. And certainly weren't playing as well as the Americans were, come the tournament.
That's the key, isn't it? That's right.
I think the perfect example was the Tour Championship. The top 30, virtually top 30 in the world, play off for the FedEx Cup.
Yeah.
The 12 Americans qualified in the 30. Only 4 of the Europeans qualified in that. So, that's 66% deficit for Europe, and which is is pretty massive.
Yeah, I saw a stat where there are 11 of the 12 American players are currently in the top 20
exactly.
in the world.
Yes.
So you go.
Yeah.
But that's been the case before, and Europe's taken care of them.
They have.
Where America have had a lot of players in that top bracket. The general consensus is that America have now bought into this.
There's no question.
Years gone by, Phil, you would have a bloke, who's earning millions a year, who, I'm in the Ryder Cup, but I'm a pro golfer.
Yeah.
That's more important than the Ryder Cup. Now, after Europe have dominated in the last 5 or so cups, the Ryder Cups, and they have dominated.
Yeah, my word.
Now the Americans are going, hang on a minute, now they've got players that are buying into it. So they're equally as pumped as the Europeans are, because you can tell look at Rory McIlroy. I mean, that guy was in tears. That guy would be earning $1 squillion a year.
Sure. Yeah.
He's in tears at the end of that Ryder Cup, even though he won his singles match.
Yes.
Because he didn't do as well in the others, and felt like he let his team down, and he was in tears, genuine tears. There were Americans in tears. You would not have seen that a few years ago. Americans in tears.
I agree.
Because they lost or whatever.
And seriously, you look at, 2 of the greatest players that we have seen in the last 30 years, Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson, weren't in that side this year. Now, their record is average.
Yeah, in the Ryder Cup.
In Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
Because, they're such individuals and have been so good that I think they intimidate Tiger Woods has intimidated everyone he's played with for, for that, say, 15-year span that he had. He was unbeatable. Yeah. And, I think he intimidates his teammates when he played as well. So this year, he picked those 6 guys that are in form. He picked them that, they were real team players. They It was a different America than we've seen.
Different dynamic, isn't it?
And I think, you know, like how do we know what Europe are going to come up with? But seriously, they could dominate this now for 6 or 8 years.
They've got some work to do, haven't they? Europe got a lot of work to do now.
Gary, will the crowd have played an impact in it? Because with COVID, I mean, there's 40,000 plus. That's the thing that got me at the game. And at the end, they're all chanting USA. But you were mentioning before we came on that normally that's not the division in the crowd. Is that an advantage? Was that a big advantage for them, do you think?
Massive.
Look, absolutely. Yeah. There's no question about that. And also, you know, it's normally 60-40, and if it's in Europe, 60 Europe and 40 American. Yeah. But this time with COVID, they couldn't travel. It's 90-10 at the best. Yeah. And I think, no question. And also, I don't think the Europeans are as rude as the brash American.
No.
And, you know, like they yell out, get in the bunker, and, you know, they clap bad shots and things. Well,
which is not on that.
These good players, they should be able to handle that anyway, and I'm sure they can.
It's not on in the game.
No, it's not.
It's that movie. What's the movie? I'm trying to think of the movie. You know, where the guy takes the run up and hits the
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. It sounds a bit like Happy Gilmore crowd, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Which is never seen at the Ryder Cup.
Exactly right, mate.
Yeah,
exactly right.
Yeah, no, they were. I think European got some work to do now to catch up because the Americans are, I'm sure, ready to go now.
Have they got the talent? Have the Europeans got enough younger talent to come through?
It's not. You're not sort of seeing it. I mean, there was a guy called Thomas. Well, his name's Thomas Peters from Denmark. He looked like being a well beat a couple of years ago, and he's slipped a bit. Yeah. They would be hoping he gets his game back. Wiesberger's just got his game back a bit, so they'll be hoping for more, for sure.
They've got the player. They're there.
Yeah.
They just need to be playing well at the right time, because the Americans right now, you could see them not changing their team for, depending on the form. They're going to go in the same lineup, and they don't care where they play.
You have to think Europe have got, well, certainly there'll be no Westwood, there'll be no Poulter. They've probably got 3 or 4 that won't play a game.
Well, they have 4 players, I think, over the age of 40.
Yes.
That won't happen again.
Well, Paul Casey probably won't play again. He's mid-40s.
Yeah.
So, they've got to find some younger talent for sure.
What a great television event. One of the great television events.
Absolute best.
It's just amazing to watch.
And seriously, what about the golf course?
Yeah.
Absolutely unbelievable
the toughest golf course
course
in the world. Yeah.
And that was the thing, you know, I mean, they choose their course. It's much longer course than they normally play. The Americans were much longer off the tee. Yeah. Like DeChambeau, I mean, just to see that 350 yard the first hole.
Yeah. He drove it on the green.
To the front of the green, he flew it onto the green. That just doesn't happen in normal golf.
No, brilliant. Gary, always appreciate you coming in, mate. Of course, USA dominated the Ryder Cup over Europe, although Europe still have a fairly substantial lead overall, but it looks like it's going to close. Always appreciate your time, mate.
Thanks,
mate. Stay with us still.
Cheers.
Plenty more to come.